Welcome back to your practice. Today's class is designed for the evenings after a long day when you really just want a grounding, slow, stretchy practice to unwind and relax. I'm Roya, and this is my channel, Everyday Yoga with Roya, where I bring you short, accessible yoga sequences to help you incorporate yoga into your everyday life. I release new videos every Monday, so if you like this class, be sure to subscribe. Let's get started in a child's pose. Bring your knees wide to the edges of your mat, sitting on your heels. Slowly fold forward in between that space in between your legs, allowing your forehead to drop towards the ground. As you make your way here and settling into your practice, bring your attention to your breath. Slow, deep inhale through the nose. Long exhale through the nose. Try to maintain this pace of breathing and this attention on your breath throughout this entire practice. We'll do this to activate our parasympathetic nervous system, release all of the stressors from the day. See if you can set an intention to keep your focus into this present moment as you do this practice, unworried about what happened earlier in the day or what might happen afterwards. We'll hold poses for a little bit longer in this practice, allowing yourself to settle and ground. Slowly lift your head and chest up and walk your hands over to the right side, letting your body drape over your right leg. Fold forward again. And stay in the side bending child's pose for a minute. Feel your forehead really sinking into the ground. With each inhale, you expand, and with each exhale, release so it feels like you are melting into the ground. Lift your head and chest once again. And this time let's walk over to the left side of your mat. Folding forward over that left leg. Dropping your chest, dropping your forehead. Bring your attention back to your breath and see if you can slow it down a tiny bit more. Maybe inhale for a second longer and exhale for a second longer. Lift your head and chest and rise on up into tabletop. And we'll come into a pigeon pose now. Take your right knee and shin, bring them behind your right wrist. Your right foot is close to your pelvis. Extend your left leg long. And we'll fold over our front leg. You can bring your hands together, stacking your fists and resting your forehead on top of them. If it's difficult to reach all the way to the ground, it's nice to have something to rest your head on so you can fully release any muscles that are working to hold your body upright. If you have a block or blocks, those are helpful here to either put under your forehead or under your hip to provide extra support. The more supported you are, the better you can fully relax into the pose, which is our goal here today. Return to your slow, deep breaths. Gently lift your head and push back through planted palms. Draw your left knee in and come back into tabletop. Take a moment here in between sides. Let's just move through a couple of cat-cows. Moving slowly. Inhaling, arching, looking up. Exhale, rounding, folding in. Let's move into our pigeon on the opposite side. Left knee comes behind left wrist. Extend your right leg back behind you. And fold over that front leg, once again using a block or stacked hands to rest your forehead. Every inhale, feel some space growing in your hips. And every exhale, feel your hips sinking further into the ground. Close your eyes and bring your attention inward. Into the sensation lift your head, look up, plant your hands and come back into tabletop. Very briefly, tuck your toes and push up into a downward facing dog. Just for a moment. And exhale, release your knees and coming to seated, rotate around and lay down on your back. Plant your feet on the mat. Draw them close into your body so your fingertips can touch your heels. And inhale, lift your hips into a bridge. You can roll your shoulder blades underneath. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . Feel like you're squeezing something gently in between your thighs and sending your knees forward to the front of your mat. Release this pose. Take a couple breaths on your back. And we'll do bridge one more time. Inhale, lift your hips and pelvis. Roll your shoulder blades behind you to extend your chest upwards. Come back to your slow, deep breathing. And exhale, release. Bring your feet wide to the edges of your mat. Drop your knees to the left. Bring them up and then drop them to the right. And keep moving them back and forth in this windshield wiper position. The next time you drop your knees over to the left, pause. You can stay here or look down at your right leg. Make sure it's straight, coming out of your hip. Take your left foot and hook your left heel around the crook of your knee, giving a gentle pressure away and down with that foot to draw that hip and knee closer to the mat. It might not all the way reach, and don't strain to push it. Just allow the gentle weight of your leg to encourage your hip in internal rotation. Take an inhale, and on your exhale, make sure your upper body and face are relaxed. Release any tension you might be feeling in other areas of your body. Inhale into your hip, and exhale, allow that hip to relax. Release your left foot if you have that. Bring your knees up and let them fall in windshield wipers, one to each side. And when they fall to the right, pause again. Look down. Maybe adjust your left foot so that your left leg is extending straight out of your hip. And gently place your right foot into the crook of your left knee to provide some gentle pressure down and out. If the foot is too much, then you can just let your knees fall, let the weight of gravity allow them to fall closer to the ground. The assistance of the foot can feel very nice sometimes. Take a big inhale. And exhale, drop that knee closer to the ground. Release the right foot if you have that. Draw your knees back up and windshield wiper them back and forth one more time. Bringing your knees back to center. Draw them in and give a big hug. Maybe rock around, roll around on your back. Find whatever movement feels good for you here. Just come into a twist. Cross your right leg over your left leg, crossing at the knees. Drop your knees over to the left in a supine twist. Close your eyes and take your gaze either up or over to your right hand. Releasing the twist, gently draw your knees back to center. Reverse the cross of your legs and tip over to the right side. Release the twist and come back up to center. Draw your knees into your chest one more time and give yourself a squeeze. And then exhale, release your arms and legs out into a starfish pose, coming into Shavasana, your final corpse pose. Take a deep, long inhale, feeling all the way to the top. And then exhale it, sighing through your mouth. Releasing any breath control you had throughout our practice, letting your breathing come back to natural. Feel like your body is sinking into the ground. Feel like you're heavy. You're full of lead. You can stay in the Shavasana for as long as you like, but if you're ready to move on, very slowly roll onto one side of your body. Pausing here for a moment, and then using your arms to push yourself gently back up to seated. I hope you feel grounded and relaxed after doing this gentle practice. I hope the stressors you might have had before coming into this practice are released a little bit. Thanks so much for being here. If you enjoyed this class, please subscribe or leave a comment below and let me know what you liked and would like to see in the future. Thanks so much.